It's a common conception that electric vehicles will wear through tyres faster than internal combustion engine cars. And there is somewhat some truth to that. And that simply comes down to the fact that electric vehicles in the same segments of their internal combustion counterparts produce more power and more torque. And with more power and more torque, you're going to go through tyres a lot faster, particularly if you drive it like you stole it. Remember,
with great power comes great responsibility.
So today, I'm going to be rotating the tyres on my 2024 Seal Premium on this episode of Beyond EV, your home for everything BYD. Hey everyone, David here from Beyond EV, and today I'm going to be showing you how to rotate the tyres on a 2024 BYD Seal Premium. And you might be wondering why I'm doing this. Well, I recently picked up one of these. This is a tyre tread wear gauge which shows you the depth of the tread on your tyres, and I've recently found that the tread wear on the rear of my tyres is a lot more than what has occurred on the front of my tyres, which makes sense, it is a rear wheel drive car. So I'm going to be rotating the front wheels to the back, and that way it'll even out the tread wear a lot more and let the tyres last a little bit longer. And the reason I'm doing this now is because I've only done 12,000 Ks and my next service isn't due till 20,000 Ks, and rather than wait that long, I'd rather rotate these now just in case the rears do wear down a little bit too much by that time. So I'm going to show you what tools you're going to need, where to jack the car up from, and how to actually perform the rotation. To get started, this is what you're going to need. The wheel nut tool, which you can find in the boot of your car. A jack stand. A hydraulic jack with at least 2,000 kilos carrying capacity, but the more the better. And a torque wrench with the 21mm wheel nut socket. And if you want to make life easier, a cordless impact wrench, but this is entirely optional. What you see here are the recommended rotation patterns for front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive vehicles. As the Seal Premium is available as both a rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicle, this is the pattern we're going to follow. We're going to move the rear tyres to the front on the same side, but the front tyres will be moving to the opposite sides on the back of the car. Jack points on the BYD Seal are little bits of metal that are extending out from the chassis and can be found just behind the side skirts on the side of the car. This part here is the jack point for the rear. And this point here is the jack point for the front. Now, there isn't a lot of room to work with here when you're talking about jacking up the car and then placing it on a jack stand, but just try and make it work with what you've got. Jack up the car with your jack. Place your jack stand underneath it. And then rest the car down on the jack stand. Start by removing the wheel nut covers using the wheel nut tool that you got from the boot. Once that's done, you can take your torque wrench or impact wrench and start removing the wheel nuts. Once they're off, you can then remove the wheel from the car. Now, this first wheel was actually quite stiff and difficult to get off, but a bit of a wiggle around the sides of the tyre and it came off. With the rear wheel off, take your jack to the front of the car and start jacking up the same side at the front. Once you've got the car up, remove the wheel nuts and take the wheel off. Now I've got both the front and the rear wheel here side by side, and what I'm going to do is measure the tread wear here between the two tyres so you can see for yourself what the difference in wear is between the front and the rear. The front's measured a tread depth of about 6mm, which is normal. Whereas the rear's measured in at 3mm depth. If I kept driving with the wheels in the same orientation up until my 20,000 kilometre service, I actually think that the rear tyres would have worn down to a point where they would have required placing by that time. Take that rear wheel and put it on the front wheel hub on the same side of the car. Tighten it down just far enough that it stays on the wheel hub. And then lower the car down so the wheel is touching the ground. This will help stop the wheel from turning when you're torquing down the wheel nuts to the correct torque. Reinsert your wheel nut covers, lower the car back down, and that front quarter is done. Now this front wheel that I've moved to the back of the car, this is actually going to end up on the other side. But because I've only got one jack stand handy, what I'm going to do is put this wheel back on the same side for the time being and start on the other side. Once I've moved the rear to the front on the other side, I'll then take the two rears and swap them over. Now let's head over to the other side. We're going to be doing the exact same thing on this side as what we've just done on the other side. Jack the car up and get it on your jack stand. Remove your wheel nut covers, then your wheel nuts, and then take the wheel off. Again, the wheel's a little bit stiff on the rears, but a bit of a wiggle and it comes off pretty easily. Move your jack to the front of the car, jack the front up, and do the same there. Wheel nut covers off, wheel nuts off, and then wheel off. Grab the rear wheel that you took off earlier and place it on the front wheel hub. Tighten up your wheel nuts just enough so that the wheel stays on. Lower the car down and then torque down your wheel nuts to the correct torque setting. Now onto the rear wheels. As I said earlier, the fronts that we took off that we're putting onto the rear wheels need to be swapped over to the opposite side. So with this side up already on the jack stand, I'm going to take the jack to the other side, jack up the other side and take that wheel off.
Take the wheel off and move that wheel to the other side of the car, bringing the wheel that was on the other side of the car back to this side. Put the wheel on and tighten up your wheel nuts. Now from here you can tighten them down to the correct torque setting as is. You don't need to lower down the car. Because the rear axle is tied into the electric motor, it will not spin. You can tighten it and it won't move. Lower the jack down and that rear quarter is now done. Moving back around to the other side, and we're going to put the final wheel back on the car. Put the wheel on and tighten your bolts down in a star pattern. Remember, you don't need to lower the wheel down, you can just torque them down to the correct setting as it is, the wheel won't turn. Once that's done, lift the car up a little bit, remove the jack stand, and then lower the car down. And then you're done. Just a quick once over to make sure everything looks good. And that's all done. The wheels on your car have now been correctly rotated, and now more wear will be happening to the rear tyres, which have more tread on them, which will even out the wear across all 4 tyres.
And that's all there is to it. Now, what I'd do from here is actually take the car out for a quick drive, come back, and then recheck the wheel nuts on all 4 corners, just in case something wasn't tightened up correctly the first time. You want to just have everything settle in and then tighten it up again. One thing I'd also like to note is that the jack points underneath the rear and front of the car are quite narrow, so it can actually be quite difficult to get a jack under there as well as a jack stand. So it may actually depend on what type of jack and jack stand that you've got that makes it work better for you. Rotating your tyres is important, and if you're not confident enough to do it yourself, it is pretty cost effective to go get it done by a tyre specialist or by a BYD service centre. If you go to a tyre specialist, I can't imagine it would cost a lot more than $50 to get your tyres rotated, and that's a small price to pay to save you $500-600 to get your 2 rear tyres replaced because they've worn down too much. So keep an eye on your tyres. At the very least, get one of these tyre wear gauges. They cost $10 from Supercheap, or you can pick one up from AliExpress for $2. It could save you a lot of money in the long run, at least stop you from spending it prematurely. That's it for now. If you like this type of content, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.